I've recently attended a Coldplay concert and one of the songs being played was Paradise. You know, the one that goes Paradise? And that got me thinking about a trip that I recently went on. So why not join me today in Paradise, specifically in Namibia? We started off our journey with an airport transfer, and this was a luxury airport transfer. It came with choices of drinks and I went with the Coke Zero. But just letting you know, today we will be staying at Zannier Omaanda in Namibia. There is actually two Zannier properties here in Namibia. One is Omaanda and the other, which is a 1-hour flight away, in Sonop. The drive from the airport to the hotel, or the reserve I must say, is not too far, roughly around half an hour. So in Namibia there is actually no safaris. All the parks here, the national parks, are reserves and all the animals are protected. After getting dropped off by the most friendliest driver I've ever met, welcome to Zannier Omaanda, and let's get checked in first. One thing you'll notice is everyone, and I mean everyone here, is super duper friendly. You can tell already, right? Anyways, the first thing you'll come to see is the lobby / the check-in area, and it's a stunning blend of contemporary, luxury and traditional African aesthetics. As you enter, you'll be greeted by a spacious, elegant design area adorned by natural materials like wood and stones, invoking a sense of harmony with the surrounding landscape. During the check-in process, you'll also be given a welcome drink, which is a great gesture. With check-in completed, let's go and check out our hut. The design surrounding Zannier Omaanda is characterized by its harmonious integration with the breathtaking view of the Namibian landscape. Set amidst the vast wilderness of the Zannier Reserve by the Omaanda River, the architecture and the design of the resort seamlessly blends with the natural environment. The guest accommodations, in this case the huts, are carefully positioned to offer stunning views of the surrounding plains, hills and wildlife. The design ethos emphasizes sustainability and minimal environmental impact, with structures crafted from locally sourced materials and built to harmonize with the landscape. You'll also notice throughout the property, indigenous flora is preserved and celebrated, adding to the sense of authenticity and connection to the natural world. Whether exploring the surrounding bush on guided safari or simply taking the sunset from a private deck, guests at this particular hotel are invited to experience the raw beauty of Namibia in a setting that is perfectly balanced between luxury and conservation, as you will see throughout this video. Is the exterior of my hut, and it's designed in the traditional Namibian style housing. So let's go and check it out together. Coming in, there's a nice area here where you have all the snacks. Everything here is complimentary, by the way. So you have some snacks, you have also a mini bar here. Again, everything is complimentary. You have some local beer, some Coke and ginger ale, and more water at the back there. There's also an espresso machine and a kettle. I believe this is all the capsules, should be in here. Yep, that's where the capsules are. And then there are more teas and coffees over there. There's a small work desk here. And looking at the scenery, it's beautiful. There's tons of activities to do in Omaanda, but I think the main reason people come here is actually for the drives, the game drives specifically. There is satellite TV And you can also connect your own devices, and there's also a soundbar where you can connect your phone to play some music while you're staying here. The bed here is a king size bed, beautiful bed, very comfortable bed. I want to take the opportunity to actually show you the architecture here, the design of this place. Simply amazing. Now this hotel was actually built in 2018, I believe, and so it's only 5 years old. And during COVID, pretty much nobody was staying here, so everything is still very, very new. Right in front here, and we are facing the west, by the way. So this is where you'll see the sunset. There's a very nice place for you to just lounge around here. And you can actually see the watering hole there. I was told sometimes animals will actually come here and grab a drink. So if you're lucky, you do get to see animals. I'll try to spot some. Now it's winter here in Namibia. So if you need to get the fire going, you can actually ask the receptionist to send somebody over and get the fireplace started. Just behind the room here, there's a storage area where you can keep all your bags and stuff, and there is also additional blanket if you need some. There's a lot of things here, including ponchos for your game drives. There is hot water bags if you want to keep yourself warm at night. And now we are actually in a reserve, so they actually provide some air horns, signaling horns, just in case if a lion comes around, or you need to get attention of people to come and help you. There's also a yoga mat, and I think it's perfect to do yoga facing that side during sunset. Well, at least for Instagram. Let's check out the bathroom here. So the bathroom is fairly big. It has a his and a her sink, and there is also a huge tub here. Everything in this hotel is by Zannier himself, and all the amenities are by Zannier themselves as well. Below the sinks, there are more towels, hair dryers. There is also a weighing scale and some slippers for the use during your stay. The shower is pretty standard. You actually have a rainfall as well as a handheld. And again, shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel is all by Zannier. Bathrobes is also provided in this hotel. The toilet is separate, but very nicely designed. And I mean, the view out of here is just simply amazing. Let's go look at let's go look at the view again. Isn't this simply amazing? So during my stay, there is a few options you can go for, either the full board or the half board. I decided to go with the full board that includes all 3 meals and free flow of alcohol. And let me just tell you, the food is one of the key highlights of this property. Just look at what we're being served, and this is for 2 person. And this is what we got on the second day for our lunch. Now, included in my package as well is a daily, roughly 4 hours or so, non-private conservation drive, and you get to go on these huge jeeps to explore the Omaanda Reserve. Now, the Omaanda Reserve is a pristine wilderness area located in the heart of Namibia, renowned for its breathtaking landscape, diverse wildlife, and their commitment to conservation. This reserve is managed with a strong focus on preserving the natural habitat and protecting the indigenous wildlife species that calls it home. During our game drive, we did encounter quite an array of animals, including antelopes, zebras, giraffes, but one animal that actually stood out was the lions. Apparently you can't find lions in the Etosha National Park, but you can find them in the Omaanda Reserve, and this is the only pride that is on this reserve. There's a total of 3 lionesses and 1 lion. What a lucky guy. As the sun was about to set, we found ourselves a nice little spot and set the table up for a sundowner. The host will then set up the table with snacks, drinks, and you have a choice of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. The sundowner was about half an hour or so, and we left before it turns dark. By the time we got back to the resort, it was already dark, as you can see here, but that Namibian sky is still as beautiful as ever. And the hotel tries to minimize the amount of light pollution by minimizing the amount of light being lit up in the resort's surrounding, including the on-site restaurant. Once again, Zannier Omaanda did not disappoint, and the food was amazing, the service fantastic, and coupled with an African wine, I'm definitely in paradise. Every guest has the option to choose either vegetarian, a fish option or seafood option, as well as a game meat option every single night. We decided to try a bit of everything, so we went with the seafood option and the game meat on the first night itself. This video was actually recorded back in June of 2023, and it was during the winter season, and therefore it gets really cold in the mornings and at night, and therefore it's a really nice touch for Zannier to include a fireplace in every single hut that kept us warm throughout the night. We woke up the next morning to a really cold morning, a frosty one I might add, around 4 degrees Celsius. Again, in the morning, even in the evenings or night, the whole place feels extremely serene. You can see it's really quiet, a really private place, and that's because they only have 10 huts in the whole 3,000 hectares of land. From this view, you'll also be able to see wild animals roaming around in the bushes or coming to the watering hole to get some water. Speaking of getting water, let me get my breakfast. So this is actually the same dining area for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but I think today we can see a slightly clearer picture of the dining area. Because it was pretty cold, the fire was lit up in the center of the dining area and every single guest was given a really warm blanket. At this point, I think I sound like a broken record, but I just have to say it again. The food was incredible. It's been roughly 7 or 8 months now since I last visited Zannier Omaanda, and God do I still miss the food there. Alright, let's check out other amenities here on the property itself. There is a on-site spa, but I didn't really use the spa. I was quite occupied with the stunning views and activities that they have on this property itself. One such activity that I partake the most is hanging out at this particular bar and getting non-stop drinks for the whole day. Man, I was really relaxed during this trip. One can really just sit down here with a cocktail and just enjoy the view out into the vast Namibian reserve. I've traveled a lot in my lifetime, and I have to say, this has to be one of the highlights of my life. This is the most beautiful place that I've visited on planet Earth, and I know there's a lot more places in this world that is more beautiful than what you're seeing. But to me, this moment when I was sitting in that bar, watching these beautiful animals just going about their day and that ridiculously awesome sunset, I mean, I'm just lost for words. Let me know what you think about this video and Zannier Omaanda as a whole. I would really love to hear from you and your thoughts. Anyways guys, thank you again for tuning in to this week's video. I will have more videos in the coming weeks, and as usual, I really appreciate if you guys can like this video and subscribe to the channel to motivate us to making more quality videos like these. Until next time guys, take care.